science fiction epic escape from the Cretaceous. It's coming, directed by the filmmaker behind A Quiet Place. Spectacular visual effects, non-stop tension and thrills. Let's dive in. Protagonist Miles, a pilot from planet Samaris. His daughter suffers from illness. To fund her treatment, Miles accepts an extraordinary mission. He'll receive substantial rewards, but the mission lasts 2 full years. Miles dreads leaving his wife and daughter Sophia. His wife, understanding, urges him not to feel guilty. This is for Sophia's treatment. Watching his laughing daughter in the distance, Miles' heart aches, if not for medical bills. He wouldn't take these unwanted missions. Most are perilous, but pay well. Miles wants more time with Sophia. Sophia wishes her father stayed longer. Seeing Miles' reluctance, Sophia knows he's leaving again. She doesn't realize this departure lasts 2 years. Innocent Sophia tries telling Miles. She understands. Time passes. Miles pilots the spacecraft with 30-plus passengers. Initially smooth sailing. After confirming the trajectory, he activates autopilot and sleeps. During deep sleep, a sudden noise outside. Passengers remain undisturbed, but alert Miles wakes instantly. The AI system warns. Meteoroid collision. Countless small meteoroids streak toward them. Miles grabs the steering wheel, switches to manual control. He dodges most meteoroids, but one slips through. The spacecraft spirals out of control. Panicking, Miles activates emergency landing, crashing on an unknown planet. Regaining consciousness, Miles treats his wounds, then checks the spacecraft and passengers. The craft is destroyed. All systems failed. Passengers lie dead, donning protective gear and weapons. Miles ventures outside, an alien world. They crashed in a pond. Passenger corpses float nearby. Creatures' backs occasionally surface on water. Only half the spacecraft remains. Clutching his gun, sweating, Miles stares at starry skies. How to return? The AI detects no planetary data. No response from headquarters. Current status: 2 escape pods missing. All passengers dead. Silver lining: high oxygen levels. Lost in unfamiliar terrain, Miles waits endlessly for contact. Despairing, he nearly commits suicide, but remembers his daughter's last moment. Abandons the attempt. Life means hope. Death ends everything. Replaying Sophia's videos, Miles plans survival. The AI detects nearby signals. Armed, Miles investigates. Finds an escape pod containing an unconscious girl. Another survivor. Hope reignites. Find a second pod. They escape. Returning, Miles spots giant claw marks. Bad omen. He drags the girl back. Next morning, Miles searches for the missing pod. En route, he discovers massive skeletons. Scanning for the pod, he peers over a cliff. Dinosaurs below. Before reacting, a juvenile dinosaur attacks. Miles blocks its throat, shoves and kills it. Shaken, Miles stares at the corpse. 1 second slower, he'd be dead. Returning to the craft, he theorizes. This is prehistoric Earth. Being alien, Miles doesn't recognize it. En route, he encounters last night's rescued girl. She flees upon seeing him. Fearing danger, Miles chases her. Both tumble down a slope, face a giant decaying dinosaur corpse. Before reacting, a roar echoes. A massive creature approaches. Miles drags the girl back to safety. She finally trusts him. The girl remains silent. Miles explains their situation. While treating her wounds, an escape pod waits on Mountain Peak. Dangerous journey ahead. He needs her cooperation. Checking passenger manifests, Miles learned her name, Koa. When she finally speaks, the translation system fails. Miles can't understand Koa's language. He could only draw out the next steps. He told Koya they needed to reach the mountain peak to find the escape pod. Fearing Koya's resistance, he lied that reaching the peak would reunite them with their families. In truth, all other passengers had perished except them. The naive Koya didn't suspect a thing. Later, Miles continued sending messages to headquarters, hoping for a reply. During this time, Koya watched Sophia's video, growing fond of this girl around her age. Seeing Sophia's cheerful demeanor, Koya smiled too. Miles noticed, snatched the tape, and gestured for Koya to stay close. For unknown reasons, he seemed reluctant to watch Sophia's recordings. Koya followed Miles obediently. Preparations complete, they ascended the mountain. Miles stayed alert, gun in hand. The terrain worsened. The path grew treacherous. Bored, Koya plucked berries, occasionally tossing one at Miles. Amused by his confusion, she kept at it until caught. Miles confiscated the berries, warning her not to eat random things. No medicine existed here if she fell ill. They pressed on. A strange noise startled them. Investigating, they found a baby dinosaur trapped in mud. Kind-hearted Koya rushed to help. Miles tried to stop her, but she didn't understand. Reluctantly, he assisted. Together, they pulled the creature free. Seeming aware of their aid, the dinosaur didn't attack, stumbling away, only to be devoured by a pack nearby. Koya burst into tears. Miles yanked her behind rocks, barely escaping notice. When the pack left, he warned, "Stay vigilant. Every creature here can kill us." Later, they rested by a waterfall. Miles cautioned against interfering. "These beasts lack intelligence. Kindness won't save you. It'll get you killed." Koya nodded vaguely. In gratitude, she gave him a flower. Seeing his daughter's age reflected in her, Miles accepted it, tucking the bloom behind his ear. After brief rest, they resumed climbing. Encountering a giant tree, Miles told Koya to wait below. While he climbed to scan for the escape pod, Koya stared at red berries in her palm, suppressing hunger per Miles' warning. Miles' scan showed the peak was near, when a giant insect dropped from above. Startled, he fell from the tree. The fall wasn't fatal, but Koya screamed. Disaster compounded. Dinosaurs approached. She held Miles up, warning of danger. His reopened wound immobilized him. Koya handed him his weapon. As dinosaurs closed in, Miles fought through pain, ordering Koya to flee while he held them off. Koya ran, but hid behind a log. Unaware, more dinosaurs lurked there, silently shifting positions. She was still spotted. As jaws snapped toward her, Miles exploded nearby dinosaurs with charges, rushing to fire at her attackers. Before relief came, another dinosaur lunged, clamping Koya's collar in its teeth. She froze in terror. Miles pried her free. The ordeal triggered trauma in Koya. She curled motionless in a corner, unresponsive to calls. Pitying her, Miles delayed their journey. But time meant danger. Recalling how he'd comforted his daughter, he pressed lips to his hands, producing a melodious whistle. Koya finally stirred. Relieved, Miles tried teaching her to whistle. She responded with her own version. Her smile returned. Carrying Koya, they traveled till nightfall. Sheltering in a cave, Miles set perimeter lights and alarms. Scanning the area, the scanner detected objects approaching the atmosphere. Likely meteors, he assumed. Uninterested in the shower's beauty, he urged Koya to sleep for tomorrow's climb. Then she produced his daughter's tape. Miles initially confiscated it, but seeing Koya's hopeful face, he loaded it into the scanner. Next second, Sophia's hologram materializes. Koya finds it fascinating. Miles feels conflicted. Later, Koya sleeps. Miles hears strange noises, grabs his gun, scans outside. Nothing unusual. A glowing rock streaks across the sky. Miles dismisses it as a meteor. Checks Koya. White foam spews from her mouth. Pries her jaw open. A parasite wriggles inside. Miles extracts it swiftly. Caught just in time. Minutes later, Koa's tongue would have dissolved. Alarms blare suddenly. Both notice a hidden cavern deeper in the cave. Strange sounds echo within. Miles shields Koa, gun raised. Fails to notice another colossal presence behind. He turns slowly. Water curtain parts. A massive dinosaur head looms before them. Miles charges his gun. Fires immediately. Koa ducks aside. Direct combat equals suicide. Miles drags Koa into the cavern. Scans for alternate routes uphill. The narrow entrance blocks the pursuing dinosaur. No cave equals baby lizard tongue food. At a fork, Miles follows scanner directions. Misses a juvenile dinosaur lurking in adjacent path. Dead, end ahead. Miles tries digging. Wall too solid. Hurls tools aside. Slumps in despair. Koa suddenly revitalizes. Having learned English phrases during travel, she chants dig. Escape pod. Home. Miles admits bitterly. No family waits uphill. I lied. Koa only understands family. Resumes digging stubbornly. Miles remembers microbombs in pack. Plants explosive in wall crevice. Blast escape, route open. Gives Koa emergency bombs. Use if separated. Crawling through narrow tunnel. Collapse. Koa escapes outside. Miles trapped within. No response to Koa's shouts. Miles crumbles mentally. Koa survives. Finds sharp bone weapon. Crushes berries with leaves. Marches onward. believes rescue teams await at summit. Meanwhile, Miles escapes cave, scans approaching object, not meteor, planet-killing asteroid fragments. Impact imminent. Searches frantically for Koa. Koa hides in woods. Dinosaur herd feasts nearby. A juvenile predator stalks her. Bombs detonate. Blast alerts Miles. Rushes blindly. Plunges into quicksand. Gun sinks in a muck. Shouts Koa's name. Struggles, accelerates sinking. Waist deep now. Screams desperately. Fear for Koa. Hope for rescue. Dark mud reaches chest. Oxygen thins. But at the critical moment, Koya arrived. She snapped a branch, successfully pulling Miles up. Seeing Koya unharmed, Miles nearly cried from relief. He scooped her up, thanking her for saving him. Pulling out the scanner, he explained, "This planet will soon face impact. We must find the escape pod now. If we delay, we'll either be dinosaur food or die in the collision." They traveled day and night, until blocked by giant boulders. Miles boosted Koya up first. After prolonged silence, he feared disaster. Then Koya lowered a rope. Hauling him up, she'd anchored it securely to prevent accidents. Surveying the terrain, he praised Koya's cleverness. They finally found the wrecked spacecraft. On the cliff's edge, the good news: the remaining half could launch, meaning escape was possible. Their efforts weren't wasted. Miles eagerly prepped the pod. Koya kept peering outside. Miles had promised family reunions here, but none appeared. She drew a picture asking, "Where are they?" His silence made her realize the lie. She collapsed, paralyzed. Meteor fragments began falling. Time dwindled. Koya lost all will to live. Miles produced Sophia's tape, confessing. When Sophia learned Miles would leave for 2 years, she raged, terrified she'd die of illness before his return. Her distress triggered a fatal relapse. Unbeknownst to Miles, until after her death, he understood Koya's grief, but insisted, "Our loved ones wouldn't want us to give up. We're out of time." Koya hugged Miles, sobbing. More fragments rained down. As Miles tried teaching her the controls, a meteor struck the ship. Both fell unconscious. Koya woke first, calling Miles' name. Before he stirred, a dinosaur attacked the pod. Miles' gun lay outside. He broke free, retrieved it, but the weapon was drained. Another beast approached. Miles hid, waiting for recharge. Meanwhile, Koya freed herself, loading Miles' daughter's tape into the scanner. Holograms distracted the dinosaurs. Miles seized the moment to attack. Energy spent. The creatures fell. Exhausted, Miles collapsed. As another dinosaur charged, he ordered Koya to launch, luring the beast away. Resigned to death, Miles drew the pursuer toward geysers. Scalding water failed to stop it. Cornered, he despaired. Koya burst forth, stabbing its eyes. The thrashing dinosaur landed on a vent, its flesh seared off. With meteors closing in, they limped to the escape pod, launching into space at the last second. They survived. Miles gazed sadly at his daughter's image. Koya silently took his hand. The screen fades to black. Postscript: the film's premise. Miles and Koya stranded on prehistoric Earth. As pacing issues, an hour-long escape pod hunt drags. Effects are polished, but dinosaur scenes are sparse, lacking standout moments. Manage expectations. Approach skeptically, and minor surprises may reward you. Discussion prompt: what did you think of the film? Share your thoughts below.